The nerve-wracking anticipation for The Flash continues in a positive and a negative way, as people are wondering, is this going to be the end of the DCEU? Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix. My name is Chris Wong. First, we're going to talk about the new Justice League film. Then, let's talk about Ben Affleck saying goodbye. Alright, we're going to talk about a possible new Justice League movie after the Flash movie. Now, there apparently had been a bunch of leaks that came out for this new Justice League movie before the recent Flash leaks came out. And a lot of those points were very similar to the leaks that showed up on Reddit. In fact, the Geeks Worldwide writer Moonlight Warrior said this has weight to it. So let's get into this Reddit leak and see what it says. A new Justice League feature film is in early development at Warner Brothers and DC Films. A script is being tackled by Christina Hodson, who appears to have become some sort of architect on the DCEU after her work on The Flash, Birds of Prey, and Batgirl. She really is writing a whole bunch of projects for DC now. Talking about The Flash, this new JL film would be some sort of follow-up to it with Andy Muschietti directing. Now, sometime last year, Charles Roven did say that a new Justice League film was a number of years away. What I heard is that Warner Bros. DC was very positively surprised with The Flash, and they gave the Muschiettis a choice to direct either another Flash standalone film or the studio's planned Justice League reboot, which had already been in the works for the last couple of years with the tentative title of Justice League Rebirth. Rebirth, like in the comic? Aside from Rebirth, there are a few more titles being tossed around. Justice League Unlimited, like the animated series, The Justice League, in similar fashion to James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. I could certainly see them call it The Justice League, though. I mean, it just seems like something they would do. It's not really The Justice League without Superman and Batman, though, and a more traditional Justice League 2. Although this one is unlikely due to Warner Brothers' wish of ignoring both 2017 and 2021 films and not wanting for this to look like a direct sequel. Now, the problem with this, once again, is that if you're not going to reboot all the characters, recast them all, then it's still going to look like a direct sequel. People already know these characters. If you're going to continue using Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa and Ezra Miller, and you're not going to explain what happened to everybody else, I mean, that's a really hard thing to do. I mean, look at The Suicide Squad. People are going to keep asking, is this a direct sequel to Suicide Squad? No, not really, but we're going to keep a bunch of the characters. And we're going to say that actually happened, but not really happened, and, Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill are out, even though there's still some internal hope for Cavill to possibly cameo as Superman in other films like the Supergirl standalone feature. Cavill is not expected to appear as a full-time Justice League member in this new film because of his scheduling conflicts due to The Witcher and other upcoming projects of his own. While for someone who says that he can't wait to be Superman again, he's waiting for the phone call, it sounds kind of weird to say that he's too busy on other projects when he really wants to come back as Superman. Unless he's looking for an insane deal. Affleck, on the other way, will outright exit the DCEU and be erased from the continuity after the events of The Flash, and Michael Keaton's version will take over, with Tim Burton's films, from what I heard now, being canon. Keaton, as expected since his return was announced by trades last year, will serve as Nick Fury-like figure for the team, mentoring the entire JL. Ray Fisher will not return, and Warner Brothers is not planning to recast Cyborg. It seems they are instead simply removing the character from the team. So that's interesting that they are willing to just throw away the Cyborg character without even a recasting, meaning that Ray Fisher is still going to be Cyborg. I mean, he's technically still Cyborg until someone else comes along and becomes Cyborg. In this case, I guess he's still Cyborg then because they're not willing to recast him. Gal Gadot, Jason Momoa, and Ezra Miller are all planned to stay as Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Flash in this new timeline and will continue on as members of the Justice League. This also leads into a female trinity for the DCEU, Gadot's Wonder Woman, Sasha Calle's Supergirl, and Leslie Grace's Batgirl. I notably heard Zachary Levi's Shazam, Journey Smollett's Black Canary, Mary Elizabeth Winstead's Huntress, and Zolo Mariduena's Blue Beetle. There are also characters that haven't been cast yet planned to be members. Green Arrow, Hawkgirl, Martian Manhunter, and Green Lantern, Jon Stewart, from what I heard. It's also important to say that this new film won't take influence nor follow any storylines from either Joss Whedon's nor Zack Snyder's versions of Justice League, and will be entirely its own thing, especially since it takes place in a new rebuilt timeline. So I wonder, does that dismiss how the Justice League was formed? I mean, the 2017 and 2021, they all got together to fight Steppenwolf. So are you telling me that they never fought Steppenwolf? Like they just showed up out of nowhere after the Flash movie and they're just a team all of a sudden? That don't make sense! From what I heard, at least in this particular film, they aren't using either Darkseid nor the Legion of Doom as the villains. The new film will be used to launch an entirely new Justice League franchise with a new storyline in place. So I'm gauging from this that even though they don't have a Darkseid or a Legion of Doom, they still have to, band together to defeat something major that needs a Justice League. I mean, we can think of a ton of different villains that could possibly need a Justice League, like a Brainiac, for instance, but it's still strange to not even say that those films happened. I mean, I guess it's gonna be like Aquaman, where they kind of vaguely reference that he defeated Steppenwolf. So like I said, this was leaked out months ago, but a lot of these pieces coincides with what Grace Randolph had said and other scoopers have confirmed as well. Now, whether or not this information is true and if these leaks are true or not, we won't know until the film comes out. And even if it was true, this may change depending on the Warner Bros. Discovery merger. It may change things around, go with Zack Snyder's vision, or reboot DC to their liking altogether. So it'll be interesting to see how the audience reacts to the new Flash movie and the allegedly new Justice League team. Alright, let's talk about Ben Affleck saying goodbye to the Batman role. This was on the Herald Sun. Ben Affleck was interviewed about the Tender Bar movie. First came about from Dave the Film Junkie and Flash Film News. Ben Affleck talking about his experience on The Flash and Zack Snyder's Justice League and seemingly saying goodbye. He says his experiences doing reshoots for Zack Snyder's Justice League as well as his time on The Flash put a really nice finish on my experience with that character. I have never said this is hot off the presses, but maybe my favorite scenes in terms of Batman and the interpretation of Batman that I have done were in the Flash movie, he says. I hope they maintain the integrity of what we did because I thought it was great and really interesting, different, but not in a way that is incongruent with the character. Who knows? Maybe they will decide that it doesn't work, but when I went and did it, it was really fun and really, really satisfying and encouraging, and I thought, wow, I think I have finally figured it out. So it seems like he is finally moving on from that character, seeing that he was a nice finish to his character when he did Zack Snyder's Justice League. And I'm curious to see what he means by favorite scenes of him being Batman in the Flash movie. And I really hope Andy Muschietti keeps those scenes, because if that was really important to Ben Affleck, I think we should all see it. Does that mean Ben Affleck is going to be done with Batman forever? I don't know. There could be a chance that if Zack Snyder asks him to come back for 2 and 3, then he may say yes. But until that becomes a reality, looks like for now, The Flash will be his last and final act as the Batman. So what are your thoughts on these leaks that came out months ago? Do you believe them? Do you not believe them? Do you like it or do you hate it? And what did you think about Ben Affleck talking about Zack Snyder's Justice League and The Flash? Let me know down in the comments down below.